While some think it might sound cliche to say, I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, there is some truth to this statement. I read an article titled 17 Signs You Were Meant to Be a Teacher, and as many of them did apply, there were a few that stuck out to me. My version of playing pretend as a kid was always setting up a classroom somewhere in my house and making my stuffed animals, friends, parents, and even babysitters come and be my students. I've always and still do lose my mind over teacher stores and other craft places, and I've been practicing grading things for years. The one that is most true is knowing that it's a tough and a dirty job, but knowing the satisfaction of walking away, having honestly changed a kid's life, is more than worth it. So what comes to mind when I hear this word teacher? Is it winter and spring break? Summer vacation? Grading papers all night? What about a role model or a mentor? When the word teacher comes to mind, I automatically think of Carla Wasco, my mentor. Carla Wasco was a career and life skills teacher at Hersey High School. I had the pleasure of meeting Carla my sophomore year when I was assisting in one of the career life skills classrooms. There was just something about her that caught my attention. She was intimidating. All the students sat up straight when she entered the classroom and listened to everything she had to say. Her nickname soon changed to the Warden. It wasn't until I volunteered in the extended school year program that I was able to work with Carla in the classroom. She had a way with all her students that was like no other teacher I've ever seen. She had sympathy but knew when it was appropriate. She was able to get through to them in a very special way, and I enjoyed watching and learning from her and her teaching styles. When the next year came around, I knew I wanted to be her student assistant. Carla taught 8 students in a self-contained classroom. She had a relationship with these students that I would say was more than a teacher-to-student relationship. I began looking at her like a second mother to them. Not only was she a teacher of academics, she was a teacher of life skills. She had a huge impact on them and on me, and I began looking up to her as a mentor and a friend, and I knew that I wanted to become a teacher just like her. The students in Carla's classroom, however, also had a huge impact on me and my passion. The majority of her students were nonverbal and had severe cognitive delays, but when I would walk into their classroom third period, they would run up to the door, squeal with excitement, and yell, "Kelly, Kelly, hi, Kelly!" And even though it wasn't appropriate during the classroom instruction, it made me feel so good inside. The reaction of seeing me made every problem, worry, or concern I had disappear. When I had to leave, seeing their disappointed expressions on their face made me want to ditch every other class I had and spend the rest of the day with them. The excitement they had when I helped them accomplish a task or meet their goals motivated me in a lasting way. I knew they could do it, they just needed that extra help. A lot of times, all it took was for someone to sit there one-on-one and believe they could do it. I cannot wait to put my skills to the test in my own classroom. I want to provide an environment where each and every student feels special and comfortable. Every student, no matter their age, background, ability, should feel accepted and welcome into the classroom. Students will not grow and learn if they are presented with material in a way that doesn't make sense to them. I want to specially design my instruction to meet individual needs. Through classroom differentiation and being flexible, I will be able to teach in a way that will make sense to my students. I think it is very important to teach active learning and critical thinking that will benefit the students later on in life. Some of my students may not have the ability to speak or express what they want or how they feel. As a teacher, I want to be an advocate for them and their family in a community they might not feel so comfortable with. With that being said, I need to be knowledgeable on the laws and regulations that each of my students may come into contact with, so I know how to respond to certain situations. It is my job to always put the student and their needs before anything else, and I plan to do that by being their voice if they need assistance. It isn't easy to do that alone. I will need help through collaboration with paraprofessionals, teachers, specialists, and families to be able to create the strongest support and advocacy system for my students. I believe families have a lot to offer, and I want to get them involved as much as I can. My goal as a teacher is to make my students want to come to school and want to participate. The attributes I feel I possess of patience, sense of humor, ability to engage with children, and a positive attitude will help achieve this goal. When students leave my classroom, I want them to look back and remember me as a teacher who always had their individual needs in mind before anything else, and that any activity we did was with a smile.
You saved the day again, Woody.
You're my favorite deputy.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Come on, let's wrangle up the cattle.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed.